Hello.
Oh.
We're back. Table not 1. Here's table 7. It is round 1.
Close to 1.
Close to 1.
Very close to 1.
Very close to 1. Nami mirror match. Let's start off hot.
This is the hottest I think we're going to start.
This is going to be the end-all be-all matchup for this one. So obviously Nami is a newer leader that we got from OP03 in the sense that it also has a unique win condition, which means that like some people love and some people hate.
Oh,
have
wow.
they not updated the... That's fun.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. That's wonderful. Why have they... It's been out.
I would check again.
It's been out for like a week.
Do we have... What we got? Can we go to card sets and see?
Yeah, they have not updated it. That's crazy. I have backup, but...
Backup, though.
I know. It'll be fine. There it is. So we got Nami. There she is. Bam. Also, we got 2 players. I'm starting off with the Kaya for our top player. Let me get these names for you guys, too.
Player on the left has... Or top player has everything Nami, so... You already know.
Let's see. Good that their names don't have any clue for who it is.
I was about to be like, they're both playing the same deck. Oh,
Yes.
both with the same turn 1 play. Oh, he's... Oh, no. Not... Oh. The Das Bone's looping. That's a good one. Does he have dice to notify how many cards are left in deck? That's nice.
And illegal, it's note-taking.
Ah. I don't know about that one. There's a lot of...
I think it's fine. I think it's helpful
It should be fine.
Yeah.
It's just keeping track of cards in deck. It's public knowledge,
Good.
so...
Neither player...
Ooh, the
I'm
Nojiko.
99% sure that it's a Daniel at the top there. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Daniel.
Daniel, we apologize.
And then neither of them put their thingies.
What?
Their Discord names in their decklist submission. So
That is very cool.
very cool.
Very
All right,
cool for
anyways,
us.
here we go. You think they're gonna both end at 5 life?
I don't know. I think actually like maybe 1 or 2 life will be taken because you have powerful cards like Zeph that mill 7.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is definitely a few choices here. I would definitely try to attack with Zeph at least for 7.
Mm-hmm.
The issue though is that Nami has so many free like counters that go above 7. Like they have so many 9Ks like or 4K counters that gets them to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like Love Beam gets them to 9. They draw a card. Gavel is insane. Gavel is 9 mill 2. Just
It's
powers it
on.
out.
It's only on
Only on
your
connection of leader
Yeah.
swing. Yeah.
which I kind of get why they did that, but it's like beginner bait. That it's only on this one.
Yeah. I mean, the Belmere also has it as well, and some players might be playing the Usops. Usopp, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sneak rush that can clear the board and apply some pressure if you need to get cards out of hand.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people just like really excited that Usopp's at least it's like it's a rush card, but I've almost never seen it. People don't really seem to be on it. Not even in Nami, just people were kind of like, it's going to be a generic blue staple, but
Oh wow, double Zeph here is
Zeph.
really good.
And you get to bounce back Nojiko, which is probably going to bounce back Bellamere again.
Yeah, it's just a lot of tempo here.
And then you use 1 Zeph if you want to. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, we got to
swing.
apply some pressure here. And those 7 cards add up a lot. I mean, there is a lot he has to do here, and Gavel right here being a prime example of one of those 4K counters that gets you out of that swing, making sure we're not milling 7 cards, and keeping your hand size kind of healthy.
Yeah, Gavel's pretty good. And then also, like, its trigger effect is really good, too. Like, I know, like, yellow's, like, the deck that, or, like, the color you have to be worried about, cards in life and
Do
stuff.
I go answer these?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Here. I'll just turn it off. There you go. Easy. Hello? Yeah, okay, I'm still heard. You're muted, yeah. All right. Yeah, they've got some yellow questions for webcam, which makes sense. Yeah, yellow is a bit of a pain. All right, so this is a big boy Zeph. It's 11K. Yeah, all right, taking it. Yeah, taking the life. Yep, there you go. All right, you should be back.
Okay, I'm back.
Question about Katakuri?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And it's only for like revealing your opponent's life, right? For Katakuri, like you look at your own life, right? And then
It's both.
It's both? Okay.
I believe so. I'll double check real quickly, but I'm fairly certain it's both.
Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't it wouldn't really make sense for for your own. It's okay to be secret because like you can touch your own cards secretly, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'll make an announcement too about that. I think between rounds, just because it's a new thing, and yellow is just weird on webcam. But we did have Fee, at least our bottom player, who I think is Fee, take hit with Zeph, so that was 7 to the bottom. But it looks like they're going to be trying to use a Bellamere to do a similar thing. We got 3 Dawn open, so getting out of this attack is probably shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, Love Mellow. Yeah, you should have a little less cards to do that. And then another Usopp Rubber Band of Doom. And gets out of it too. Alright, Daz Bones to get a Gavel to hand. Man, if you can get double Zephs to stick, you've probably won. Zeph can really just accelerate your self mill. Yeah, because it looks like you have probably under 20 cards based on their dice, so probably closer to 15. All right, just attacking with Nami, 5 into Bellamere.
Another call. I will be back.
Sure, thank you. All right, attacking with Zeph. Oh man, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is 14K. How many turns tops does it take Nami to win with 0 in their deck? I suppose 45 turns, right? They just draw 1 card every turn, right? All right, and Rubber Band, so they did get out of it and was able to, mill a lot of cards on the way with a combination of Gavels and Rubber Bands, so that's kind of nice. Passing turn back. Obviously, again, you do not care about life total that much, as long as you're not going to lose, so that's pretty strong. And there is a good chance that Bellamere can, stick an attack right here as well. Would also get a mill 7. All right, Kaya, get out of it. And this is going to be a 9K with Bellamere. All right, they will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, just asking for how many cards left in deck. So it looks like about 15 to 20, somewhere around there. All right, overheat to put Kaya back into your hand, which then you can use, and then also the Gavel with the Usopp, so getting out of the attack and also being able to mill 2 more cards. All right, playing a Daz Bones to get a Gavel, I believe, or maybe a Rubber Band of Doom from Trash, and then there you go. All right, just 5 with Nami, assumingly into Bellamere. Ooh, playing the Soul King. So obviously, a really interesting card. I think a lot of people are just wondering if this is a solid secret rare type. Like, it does get a lot of value. Is a 1K. Obviously, it's Soul King, so like it's a little undertuned power wise, but can be very good in this deck too. What did we learn with yellow today?
That if you are playing in a webcam tournament and you swing Katakuri and look at your own life, you do not have to reveal it.
Okay, cool.
But if it is your opponent's, it's revealed and then flip face down unless an effect states otherwise.
Gotcha. Okay.
The only main effect right now being the 8-drop Katakuri.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think there might be like one more card, but yeah, the 8-drop Katakuri places in life face up for sure.
Yeah.
And then and I think there was another question that was asked, but like if you have 0 life and you use category effect for both players, they both have 0.
Yes.
You can still get the +1 K boost, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe the card says you look and then you get +1. It's the same thing with like Newgate. You technically don't declare. Oh, we're going for game here. Looks like.
Pretty close to it, yeah.
If you don't declare +2K, you still can't add life to your hand due to how the effect is written. Because it says then. It's you resolve as much as possible in the card.
Sure.
There's no like interrupting it type of deal.
Okay.
There's a lot of.
Yeah. So you just technically milled 3 cards for that. Zeph has already hit once, but it's been very hard for it to get a second hit, and I think this Bellamere that's on the other side can pressure some damage.
It's really good that the Nami player also left 3 open there as well. Showing 2 cards there, we have the chance of doing a possible Level of Mellow, draw a card into a Gavel to mill 2. Very strong 13K effect if you need to get to that number. So.
Yeah, and we've got, looks like 10 cards left in deck for our bottom player. And probably closer to like 15 or so for Daniel, our top player.
Right. It's definitely coming down to if you can connect with a Zeph or one of those cards that mill 7 at the same time. Yeah, 10 sounds about right.
Yeah, I believe 10. They have a 10-sided dice that's shown in a little bit. I don't think there's another dice next to it to add to it. So
now, if I'm the bottom player here, I would consider if this is a swing at Zeph, it's kind of hard to justify using a like 4K event to get out of the swing. But you might have to do it just because that card is going to apply a lot more pressure. You got a lot of cards out of the top player's hand that last turn.
You only have 2 cards in hand too.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaya, sure. But now with 1 card in hand, you're pretty safe to say, you know what, this Bellamere is going to do damage. Maybe. Oh, for 2. Okay, Mellow, top card luck.
Into a
wow. Rubber Band of Doom. That is so good. Oh, Peel Off would have been fantastic to top deck, but you're still feeling okay. Now you can make sure to get rid of Zeph if you really want to, because that could pressure damage again next turn.
Yeah, the dice is kind of. It might be a little bit
might be
chopped
obscure
off
on mine. Yeah.
And I agree with this play. The Nami player has shown no other cards that can mill, and by killing that Zeph, by swinging 6 at it with the Das Bones, it helps a lot. And now you see the Nami player here just going to clean up the board, swing there, and it's going to come down to a little bit of a slower end game here.
Yeah. All right, 8K into Bellamere.
Bellamere is so good because you get to mill 3 more cards once she's KO'd.
Yeah.
And that just helps a lot more.
And we, again, 1 card in hand. Is a Bellamere. That's solid.
It's a really good start. You have no...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if Bellamere is able to connect, you win. Leaving 4 open, I would... you know, you want to pressure the Nami swing for 1 more damage, but then you give 1 more card to them in hand, and it could be like a peel off or something. A lot of cards in Nami security or life are just very strong. Yeah, 10 Dawn to work with, fiddling with a couple of them, but...
I think we might just see a giant swing at the Usopp here. I wouldn't be... Or Soga King, my bad.
Yeah. Whoa, who? Who?
My bad. Yeah, I would say that clearing the Usopp or the Soga King is going to be very powerful here. Just clearing that big body off the board. Damage isn't a factor in this game, but it will be trading off with a lot of your other cards if you're trying to establish a Bellamere or a Zeph.
Yeah.
Tracking cards in deck is pretty powerful, I would say, in terms of this mirror, just because of seeing who's got what left, and you can lose the game if you swing sometimes. They have the proper amount of cards, and if they have like 6 cards in deck, you do Gavel, a couple of their mill effects, you're probably going to win. And here we go, there it is, a 15k swing at the leader. If this connects, he will mill his entire deck and win.
All right, there's
a Gavel to start us off.
Discarding 1, the Desert Spada. So this is what?
So these Spadas aren't actually being used as counters, they're just being discarded, so he's at 13 right now.
Yep, to 13 to 15. You need
3k more.
3k more.
So if he has a mellow here, that's good enough. But I don't think he has.
I don't think he does. Yeah, and
ooh,
Spada.
That's a Spada.
You tie it, but that's 7.
Dang.
And Fee takes it. Yeah, the first Zeph swing just put so much momentum for you that you didn't care as much on the crackback, and you could establish the second one. So. Well, that's halfway but through the round. Let's see if we can find another one real quick. Give us a second.
This game is going to be a lot of trying to see if the Rob Lucci Chaker can establish those cards that say they can't be KO'd by effects. Fukuro is going to be very good. That's the 3k blocker that can't be KO'd by effects. Borsellino, also very impactful card in the matchup. Mainly it's going to be the blockers that are a big issue. And Ace is going to try and set up a board with probably Marco's and a Newgate maybe later in the game, just to try and finish it out. The leader effect for Ace is also very unique. Pitching events and stages is very good. I don't know if this player is on the Striker build, Striker being the main stage in the deck, but pitching events can be very important sometimes, especially if they're dead in the matchup. A lot of the cards, like Jet Pistol, if this player runs it, it doesn't get rid of Borsellino. It hits a lot of things, though. If the black player establishes a lot of cards that can be killed by effects, those become 1Ks for the Ace player. So it's going to be a very interesting match. I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it looks like okay with their opening hand, both players. And again, like this, I think this is in Lucci's favor, if I was to be honest. I think Ace can have a really tough time establishing just a foothold.
It looks like the Ace player went second, which I think he might have chose from the die roll, knowing that black, most of their cards they play are even costs. They want to be going second, getting those 2 Dawn and that extra draw each turn. And this Izo is going to find a Marco blocker, looks like.
Yeah.
And are we going to get another Izo or Whitebeard Pirate search?
Our buggy.
Whitebeard Pirate search.
Pirates, okay.
So this is the kind of the event version of Izo, but it cannot grab other Whitebeard Pirates events.
Yes.
Just characters.
Just characters, yeah. So yeah, another Marco. Why not? So you got, there's 2 Marcos in there. Obviously, the Izo is a little bit better, not only the cards it gets, but also the fact that it is now a body on board. But looks like they're going to waste no time. We're going to send a 6k into the leader.
This is exactly, I think, how Lucci should be playing it out. If you're going first in this matchup, you're still going to play your even cards on the next a turn slower, but at least you're getting a 6k swing in, which is a lot of pressure for these non-Whitebeard decks. They're usually getting 2ks or anything like that. You do not have to reveal all these, but it is okay.
They're going to go to the trash anyways, right? So it's not.
Yeah.
They're going to be.
Yeah, they're all going to be revealed. So.
There's every search effect in Digimon reveals to both players. So if there are Digimon players from One Piece, it's definitely a force of habit.
As long as no Izos are played that say reveal top 5.
Yes. Yeah.
That would not be great. Overall. It looks like we see another Whitebeard pirate search here. A lot of red now actually has a lot of searchers compared to the other colors. I remember in set 1 you have green being the main color with searchers, with the Bonnies and the Momos all searching. And now red has all these 1-drops that play and search on play. It's kind of insane. It
is. And I think something else, like you are kind of sculpting the hand that you're wanting. You aren't getting any like card advantage per se, right? Like ISO does, but like the event cards don't generically get you that. So you know that's something like you're thinking, oh, you get the consistency for it, but you are using Dawn for this too, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna see a 5k swing with Izo here. Now I'm not a big fan of this just because my opponent played brand new, so he has a 3k swing to swing into it. So really it's just he's applying pressure with Ace. That's good, but the Lucci player has an easy response. That's not going to cost him his leader swing for the turn. Yep. All right, going down to 3. And the main thing is, now that we have all these searchers that are so specific, it's prone to at least when I've played Zoro recently, you whiff sometimes quite a bit. Yeah. You play an Izo, you look at top 5, maybe there's Whitebeard Pirates, that one's not as much, but Buggy is definitely an issue. Yes. Play it, top 5, no events, it's whatever. But also Buggy is a very good card in general. Yeah, because, I mean, you're already playing the Straw Hat through this. I can't believe the name. The Sunny. You're playing Sunny already. It's a 1-drop 3k. I mean, sure, you lose out on the counter, but just the amount of pressure it can put, and then just sometimes it randomly survives the entire game. It's really
I do not know how Law ever beats that card. Yeah. Arlong also has a bit of an issue. I would say Law first.
Kinemon, Kinemon too. I've seen a Kinemon match against Red, and it's just like staring at this Buggy, and he's just got his like silly grin on. He's like, "What are you gonna do?"
It's like Okiku leader swing. Yep. Yeah, can't do anything with those.
Not a thing.
And here we go. You're seeing here Rob Lucci playing down the Fukuro. He's getting those early guys who cannot be KO'd by effects on the board, making it tougher for the red player to try and close the game out later in the game.
Yeah, it's really interesting in this game that you can have negative power without it popping. Most other Bandai other card games would have that as like an ace in the hole kind of like end all be all removal. So it's interesting in this game. They're just like, yeah, you can be like negative 100, doesn't matter.
It's negative like thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
I mean, how good would the card Round Table be?
Oh, Round Table would be busted, right?
4 cost minus 10 KOs anything.
Anything. And it would, presumably get around like these can't be destroyed by effects because it's a game mechanic.
Yep.
Which is how it works for Dragon Ball and Digimon most of the time.
Absolutely. That would drive me nuts. I agree. That's how it worked until you got rid of indestructible cards in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. You just had like a weird color mismatch. Like, oh, my deck's really good, but if red's meta, then I'm not meta.
So Ace here going to play the Marco. Yep, the 5-cost Marco he searched earlier. The debut red card, I think, of this set by far. It's definitely a big upgrade compared to Vista. I still think Vista has its own merits, being 2 Dawn cheaper. You're not getting the same card as Marco. I would consider them 2 different cards. The effect is the same on them. Yeah. But with this Marco, you have survivability in terms of using these extra event cards in your hand that are sometimes dead when you can't use them or anything. Yeah. Just to keep them alive over, and the card is very hard to remove.
Very, very difficult in a lot of ways. The fact that it's just a 6k as well means that you really have to invest some effort to get rid of it.
Here you go. That Ace player using the Ace's ability to discard event cards to get 1k each time. And we're still at 5 life. I would just be taking some of these hits. Or are we not at 5 life and that dice is just there as a 5?
I think it's just there as a 5.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we've taken damage. I'd be very surprised if we haven't, but at this point. All right, playing the Kuzan, you know, still a very good card. The fact that you get to draw and pressure some damage down. Kuzan and then into Kaku next turn means that you get to pop a 7k, and you don't even have to discard a card from hand.
Yeah. It's very good. I think that this is the more Admirally build of Rob Lucci. So I'm going to assume this player doesn't play Air Door in their deck as much.
Yeah.
And this play here, just dropping the Kuzan, is very good. It provides a lot of pressure. It's a 5k swing each turn, which is getting at least one card on hand, and as well as helping reduce the cost for, like you said, that Kaku coming into play, basically KOing a 7 cost.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. Like, probably no Air Door, just the fact that we see the brand new. And, man, how bad is it if with Air Door, if you pay 4 and you see nothing, you just, like, you discard a card and ended your turn.
Yeah.
And it was your choice.
Here you go, the Rad Beam being shown up. Oh, I think he just Fire Fisted both of those.
I think so, too.
Yeah, that is wow. That's another card I think that has not been seen as much. I think that Fire Fist is an insanely powerful card, especially in the early stages of this of a new set being played. Basically, just discarding dead event cards that don't do anything. Rad Beam at 4 or 5 life isn't doing anything. It's only a 2k. And Fire Fist just helps you eliminate that Kuzan as well as that brand new, relieving some of that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, using 3 Dawn for something they've invested 4, 5, 6 Dawn into, very good economy change.
Especially the combination of minus effects with Fire Fist. Some games you can go like Gordon on an 8k body and then Fire Fist for 5 and KO something, or on a 7k 4 and a 5 cost. There's a lot of great plays you can make with that card in general. I think it's a very, very good red card going forward.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, into brand new.
Ooh. He's got options here. I think the Isho would probably be a little bit too greedy, depending on how many cards are on the opponent's hand, which it looks like there's a lot. So maybe the Isho is the right call here. We're not playing him until next turn, though, so our opponent could just easily discard those cards. That's mainly a main thing I find the issue with that card being, is if we grab it off a searcher early, our opponent can play around it so much easier.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Like, yeah, the best Isho is when your opponent's not. And we were playing with it back and forth all day today, and it's just like, oh, how many cards in hand? Wrong.
Wrong. Two less cards.
2 less cards, yeah.
So it definitely is a card that now is you have to expect when playing against black now going forward.
I also will say, like, playing in person and webcam and or like online, like if you could play like on the sim and you can check how many cards are in hand without asking your opponent, it's way different than like when you ask your opponent, like, oh, should I be playing around this card now? Like, I forgot, or like.
It definitely puts that kind of like mental type of mind driven in there. And you see right here, sets up a 5k and a 3k body. If there's a second Fire Fist here, it is a lot of value, but it's also a lot of minus value for the ace player. Because Kuzan already drew a card. This brand new already replaced itself.
Yeah.
So really, we're losing 2 cards for things that already replaced themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you get the tempo still, but like, yeah, you feel bad that the cards you're discarding 2 and to get rid of cards that drew 2.
And I think that if we play Whitebeard in this list, this would be the turn to just slam it down. The issue is, of course, you do have that Kuzan on the opposite side of the board, threatening to just minus the cost of the Whitebeard, and then a Sakazuki follow-up to KO it. It's very hard, actually, to be in this position.
Yeah, it's absurd how much, like, just Kuzan standing there menacingly is just so good.
Yeah. Very good in most matchups.
Alright, yeah, just being very thoughtful. Then, so if now eventually swing with a 5k.
Trying to dwindle the cards in the Lucci player's hand down. There we go, a 7k swing here. We're trying to get rid of that blocker too. That blocker is quite menacingly just standing there.
Yeah, and I think Shockwave is good here. Just get out of it. You have, like, sometimes you have to realize that, like, I just have the Dawn open right now. Next turn I might not. I have plays that wouldn't let me use it anyways, so.
An ace coming down.
Yep, so minus 3k to, I mean, probably the blocker and the Kuzan. Not the minus effect's not huge, but the rush is still pretty nice.
It's really good because you just got the shockwave out of the opponent's. Sorry, the shockwave out of the opponent's hand, and yeah, it's going to prompt him to use this blocker if he doesn't want to take this damage here. Going to 1 is kind of hard against red. They have all these rushers in there as well as just an insane amount of power. That's going to prompt the block. So now I don't see in the foreseeable future this ace living on the board here. Probably going to see some trades into the Marco, trying to make the hand size lower.
Yeah, because I mean, they have Kuzan and brand new. We have one of the blocker Marcos. I'm pretty sure they're at 1 life for. Or sorry, it's Nero. I put it wrong. My bad. I just noticed that. For Nero. Nerio. My bad. My apologies, Nerio. Right. There it is. Yeah, my bad. Alright, attack with Kuzan. Giving -4 to something. Okay, to the ace. So it costs 3 now.
Yeah, definitely the right move here. Trying to clear the board as much as possible. And this Kuzan putting in the work.
Alright, 2k get out.
So interesting thing. In this case, because there's a Rob Lucci on the board and there's a Marco on the other side, if the Marco gets KO'd, the process of events works as such. The Rob Lucci player has to decide if he wants to restand. Then the owner of the Marco will choose if he wants to bring it back.
Sure. Yeah.
That is just how it works in this game. It comes up quite a bit in this type of matchup in general, just because of Lucci's effects.
Yeah.
It's very unique and such. So in terms of identifying the correct process of how to resolve it is very important going forward, I would say.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's your effect, it resolves first, essentially. So, because they have the same timing. But, okay, it looks like playing the Kaku to get rid of the ace.
Yep, and it looks like we're considering discarding 2 cards. Maybe not.
Again, like the fact that black has a way of removal that doesn't mean you discard cards out of hand is very strong.
It is very good. It looks like we just passed. We tapped 4 for a Borsellino blocker. So another blocker that can't be KO'd by effects. Very strong.
It's like full 10 Dawn for ace now. And yeah, with blocker it is a little bit tricky to get the full removal, as you said. And with the 5-drop Kuzan around, like you do have to be careful that there could be a sneaky way to pop the Marco blocker for cheap next turn too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are at 1, so we do have to be careful about this. I would try clearing up as much of the board as possible. Flame Emperor deals with this Kaku pretty well, while putting a lot of pressure on the leader. You're swinging 8. And it looks like what we're probably going to do here.
It's Flame Emperor. No?
Oh, it's
okay,
another ace.
Another ace, okay.
Ace is also very good here. Just minusing the Kuzan and making it so your leader swing is definitely going to try and KO it.
Yeah, and probably the Borsellino as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 on, again, assumably the Kuzan, so 5 on 2?
Yeah. That will definitely get it. And now here we have 3 Dawn open. We might be able to save it for events. I would rather try and apply pressure. Yep, 7k at lead. We have this Borsellino cut down, so you can't just simply block and pitch a 2k on a 7k swing. Now you have to actually consider if you want to lose the blocker or not. Because it is right now at a 3k.
Okay, taking it, going down to 1.
Then a 7k at lead again. We'll probably see 2 cards get pitched here. Yeah, two 2Ks. like the conservativeness here of holding up the Marco blocker, not swinging it sideways. Even though he has a Borsellino, there's potential that you trade with the Borsellino and it just gets KO'd, which actually would be kind of helpful for the following turn, but I like how he's holding it up. He's at 1, and Lucci's effect is very strong when you're at 0 life.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the thing, though. Like, Lucci turns off blockers, though, because if you try to block with Marco, they can get it back, right? They can get the swing again.
That is quite an issue.
And the fact that you don't, like, most effects that give, like, the benefit are cost on, right? And pitching 2 cards from hand is pretty costly, but from a fact of, like, this is the end of the game, and most cards in hand can't help you push any harder, it's an easy cost to pay. But he also has, like, what, 7, 8 cards? A good chunk in that hand.
Yeah, there's at least 6 cards in that player's hand. 8k swing, 9k swing to start off. He's debating how much he wants to put on our 7k. I do like a 7k start. Makes it so that if he does, he takes at least 2 cards out, leaving with 4. But this is Ace, they run events, and also that leader effect does come in handy if you have a 2k in an event to pitch. Makes it very powerful here. Also guard point, if they run it, seems very good here. Just snap off, plus 3 to 8, call it a day. And Ace taking that life, going to 0 here.
Yeah, I think you just do it, right? Like, you just put everything under, like, it's a 14k leader. I mean, they do have a chunky hand, and you also have to be like, yeah, you're going for it. You have to recognize that in Ace, every card's a 1k at least, right? There's never a chance of like Ace always loses with 0 cards in hand, right?
Every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you also do run a lot of events, so if you go like Rad Beam, that's 13, then you only need a 2k to get to 15. That's only 3 cards out of your hand.
Yeah.
And they do have a lot of events in their deck.
Yeah.
Or even like Rad Point, Guard Point. There's just so many cards you can have.
Yeah, double Rad Beam is very painful
Oh,
here. Yeah, there's Rad Beam number 1. And Rad Beam number 2, and Tom, I think that actually gets you out.
That's 15, yeah. Oh.
Maybe not.
Oh, I don't know.
I think right?
He definitely over-comboed there. Right? Because he's swinging 14 with lead?
Yeah, so you need to
get
to...
So Rad Beam's 9, and the Rad Beam's 13, and the Otom is 15, so he definitely pitched 1 extra.
Maybe it was a... maybe one of them was a guard point. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, but now, I mean, you're not guaranteed to win. You have, 1 blocker, and look at how wide that hand is for Anthony. Has a wide hand. Still counting, and it's so funny how many times we get to these situations where it's just like, well, if they have it, they have it, or like what? Because they have like 4 cards in hand, yeah. I don't know. I really like Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci is probably the leader that I work with the best right now, and he feels really strong, but I do think there's a good chance that I just pick up yellow full time for this one too. What was our question?
About 10 cost moves on. If we can KO or something. It's 5 on play. They
Okay.
Like, when the effect went to action of like the -5 to everything on the board.
I see. Yeah.
Like when that happened.
Gotcha.
So, What has happened since? Well, it looks like he didn't die, so now he's going for game.
I think he has to, but like again, there's just a lot of cards in Anthony's hand. He's got like 7 or 8. You've got Borsalino, so you can get out of one of the bigger ones, and then yeah, this is either last turn of the game or second last turn of the game for sure.
I mean, how many cards are in the Lucci player's hand?
Yeah, like 7 or 8. Yeah.
Me personally, if I was the ace player, I would have probably blocked the first swing to maybe bait my opponent into using that effect of pitching 2 and then swinging again and getting out of that second swing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that there, he's losing 2 more cards, and he can maybe like follow up with like a 5k Borsalino to like maybe push. And if you have that extra little bit of counter, which he did, you just win like automatically that turn. Right?
Yeah, but with there's definitely 2 cards in hand that don't have counter at this point, right? Like, is it worth it compared to like the 5k swing that you're missing out on?
I don't know how I feel about the 6k swing to start.
You have 4 cards in hand with that are events, probably, right?
Yeah, I would.
Like, ace is great for finishing swings.
Yeah, you just pitch the remaining events for the extra 4 Dawn that you can just play with, the extra 4k. You know what I was surprised by?
No.
No Kuro in this event.
Oh yeah, crazy. He's your main guy, right?
I might next time I come here, I might have to show you the Kuro spice.
Okay, please do. I've been trying to flavor my games, and the spice I've been using is just
the power of Django plus Krieg is kind of nuts.
It is like quad strike double is very good. I won't deny that. It feels very good, and your opponent's like, what? Like, come on.
Have we tried the spice of I'm gonna be king of the pirates yet with Kuro?
I've tried it. It's not
2 cost plus 5 swing 4 times. It might be good.
It might be good, but it might be very bad and kind of expensive for it to be very bad.
Is it expensive? Are those promos expensive?
I knew that they were kind of hard to get.
I have 2, and they were given to me.
King of
so
the pirate. I thought they were like. Let's see.
Oh, look at all these non-One Piece games.
Yeah. All right.
I think we need to type in filter One Piece there.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Oh yeah, sure, pirate, easy.
It's a green event card.
There's so many pirates in this game. That's crazy.
Oh, there it is.
All right, I will become the pirate king.
What? Yeah, I guess it's that. Yeah.
Or maybe that's just. I will become the pirate.
I think it's I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Oh, that's actually usually what he said. Yeah. I'm going to be king of the pirates. There it is. It's $12. All right. All right. Do you guys get to spectate husband versus wife? No, we actually. I wasn't aware. It's husband-wife table 1. That's very funny. Oh yeah, there it is. Atienza. What of us got with this box?
Well, this game is still around.
It is, yeah.
I would just go. Oh, he has so many cards in hand. Oh, he's just gonna play a second blocker.
Still though.
That's still very good against Lucci. That means you just have to get out of the smaller swings. 2 blockers is how you get out of that. But I think with like 2 or 3 cards in hand that I think...
But you're Lucci. Sure, another blocker gets popped, but then like I get another swing for free.
Yeah, but like you have 2 blocks. You can block both the big swings.
With 3 cards in hand, you just do 2 5k swings, right? Or 2, like...
You just do 6, 5, and the rest, right?
Yeah.
Or just do 5, 7. I think it's 5, 7, and then 2. Yeah. But also you're playing against Ace, so maybe 5 just doesn't get it done. Maybe 7, 7, and just like...
Maybe there, I mean, like, what, probably 2 underneath the brand new makes sense.
2 will have to go under that man, regardless. I'm a big fan of the 7k swing. It's
yeah, starting with this guy is correct. I agree.
Give him 2k event. No. Oh. Lucci effect.
Restand.
Attach all my Dawn to it and swing.
Just keep 2 on it. They blocked it already. No. Wait, do that afterwards, right?
No, because you can't restand again for the turn.
No, but like if they blocked it already, then like they might block this next one.
Well, he's gonna pitch an event for this, surely. Yep.
Okay,
there we go.
yeah.
Seaquake. We had Seaquake in hand?
Actually, you're right. I think I'm wrong with this because now there's.
Yeah, he just goes 10, or he goes 9 here. There's no way you can win with this 2 cards in hand. You lose.
Yeah, and then you need to put one more Dawn. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool. All right. I'm on board now. There it is.
He hit a Marco. Dang.
If you say so.
I think that I think the Ace player could have won this.
Yeah.
I think he could have in his prior turn.
Maybe. Like if you were just aggressively countering, like discarding events too and stuff like that, I think there was a chance. But
He also over-countered.
that's true. He did over counter by 1.
Yeah, he pitched that guard point, and I was very surprised. Maybe we just used the guard point and the 2K? I don't know. That was a lot.
All right. Table 3. We'll find out who's who the hard way.
There's a hard way?
Yeah, we have to look it up. At least they're playing different leaders this time, so it should be. But we have Jonathan versus Zachary. Let's see what Zachary is playing. Oh, there's 2 Zacharys. Oh, no.
That's yeah.
Okay, there it is. Okay, who's our Newgate player? Nice.
That wasn't that hard, actually.
It's less hard, but still. Which just means that their Discord name is that, which means I need to fix it for them. There you go. All right, so we have Zach on the bottom playing Newgate. That's the top leader. Is that how they spell their name? Yes. And then we have our other player playing the new Katakuri leader. So played the new 1-drop yellow card, finds Thunderbolt.
Pudding finds any Big Mom Pirates or Sanji.
Our Sanji.
Or Sanji. Just Sanji.
Just Sanji.
Not Vin Smoke family. That would make no sense.
Yeah.
Surely not.
And then it only looks top 4, which is also very interesting.
They couldn't make it top 5. It'd be too broken if it was 1 extra card.
The Sanji tag is really what drove it over the edge.
The Sanji tag, yeah. Top 5 for a 2K? Come on. We can't do that.
No, that's not allowed here. Alright, 32, 30, start.
And wow, interesting to note here, Katakuri is an insane leader against Newgate. You're swinging 7 each turn, which means you're demanding a 2K out of him, as opposed to a 1K. And some of these builds don't play a lot of 2Ks. You're not on Brooks anymore, or that Luffy from like the Straw Hat builds prior, set 2. You're mainly on Makinos, Jozus, Otamas, and these 7K swings can become a lot. And look at that, playing a Parasparrow, it's going to apply a lot of pressure. And the Atmos coming down here, going to 3 life on turn 2.
Yeah, the Parasparrow is just obnoxious. Like, there's just so few draw cards, and it's just obnoxiously good at being like recycling. And even if you play off life, yeah, you have to discard a card to play it, but then you get it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Card is very strong, I think, overall. The fact that it nets you a card when it dies is also very good.
And it's even better because it gets that cycle. So like if you like early game don't need a card, then late game you're like, okay, it's time to play my 7-drop or 10-drop bomb. I can find it.
Yeah. I see them imprinting a lot of those cards with like the negative effects of KOing them.
Yeah, I mean purple has a lot of that right now, especially like the Magellan one, right?
Yeah. Magellan has the Mino Rhinoceros, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Ooh, Charlotte Cracker. Not too great in the Newgate matchup, I would say. You're never going to be at less life than your opponent. But it is an extra body that can swing, so I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah, sometimes it comes up, but like in other matchups, like I've been really liking in Arlong, it almost just like if you're able to play it early, it just mitigates the difference in life between the two, so
Absolutely.
Can be very good.
So I think that Katakuri is going to try and stay at a healthy life total here. Trying to stay as high as possible, so that way his later game bombs are just very good. Newgate, I think, was playing... They played second. Yep.
Yeah.
So this Marco's probably going to knock out the pudding. It has to. And holding one up for an event card here because this Katakuri leader has applied a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they're down to 1 already.
It's a lot. And the best part about this is Whitebeard's game plan for most of it is to stay at those like 2 or 1 life. That way when they play their 9 drop, they're saving that 1 life, and it's a lot more impactful. Now if you play 9 cost, there's a good chance you just die that turn.
Yeah, and I think maybe the idea around it, is these. There's just so many effects from yellow that say, oh, you are losing the life whether you like it or not. So like, just get them to 0 as soon as possible. So
this was a very good 7 cost.
Yes,
I'd say.
I agree.
And look at that, trashing that last life for Whitebeard. Now your leader is just a 6k.
Yeah, that's it. No benefits, no draws, nothing.
Yes, a lot of people thought that the Whitebeard leader was a setback, having to take a life at the end of each turns. You start
Just
at
don't
6
lose.
though. Just don't lose.
You're in a good spot.
You draw 2 cards. Now it makes all these plays a lot more awkward because that 8k is a big body against your 6k leader. Wow, being at 4 life too is just insane as well.
Yeah, only 3 cards in hand, so you can do some pretty big chips because you do have 2 6Ks and then your 6K leader. But Katakuri's just put so much pressure down.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to physically own these Linlins. They're on their way.
They do look very nice.
They're good cards.
They are very good cards. Here we go, a 7k swing with Atmos, trying to get as much life down from the Katakuri player, and 7s are a good way to go about it. Oh, man.
Espira, yeah, dead card in hand, take it out.
What if it isn't a dead card in hand? That is a 1k searcher.
Yeah.
The sad part about this is that Espira in most matchups would be backbreaking, having an extra 5k swing, but it doesn't. You have to put a Dawn on it to swing it, which is a lot of investment. Another trigger.
Must be nice.
Oh,
Thunderbolt
man.
on. Yeah, definitely use
wow.
it. Yeah, why? There's no reason to not.
Good sequencing by the Whitebeard player here to just not run out a 4-cost blocker Marco into that. But Thunderbolt definitely being backbreaking here. And wow, just taking all these lives is Katakuri.
Yeah, because like in hand, like you have to like crit the life to do it, but like from your life, Thunderbolt does so much damage.
I don't think our Newgate player is losing this turn.
I don't think so either. And again, you do have only 1 life as Katakuri, right? And not a lot of cards in hand. You have a lot of tempo, but not a lot of advantage.
Oh, I think we're going for it.
I think you might be losing this turn. I know what we said.
I take back what I said. This is just a dump all swing on the 8 cost. I would be very surprised.
All right, so bring Marco back just because the card's dead in hand anyways, right? No reason to not do.
I think we're going to save 1 for a Katakuri swing afterward, but I think we just go all in.
Yeah.
Actually, you get 2. I think actually it's correct here to not. I think it is actually correct to swing the 7 first and then the rest of it.
So it's 16 right now. Right? It's an 8 plus 8?
Yes, it's. Is it 8? I don't think it's 8.
Because
he has
oh,
one
no,
down
yeah,
over there,
sorry. So it's 15.
7. It's 15.
All right, so 8.
8. She's the event. Make our lives easier. 12. Oh, it's 11.
11.
13. It's just 2k, 1k, right? 15.
15.
16.
16. Okay, you're out.
And now we lose.
Yep.
It's Katakuri.
Yeah.
Huh. I think he still has like 5 cards in hand as Newgate.
Yeah, Newgate's really good. Have we figured that out yet?
Oh, man. He had 3. He had 5k in hand still. Or 4k. 4k.
Yeah, 4K in hand. Yeah.
But 2 Newgates. Ah, man. I would have probably tried clearing. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, well, there it is. Zachary taking it in a quick 9 minutes. And it's still
typically
absurd.
how Whitebeard goes.
Yeah.
What do we have in hand as the... Oh.
Zirahoshi, a 2k counter, and I think another Thunderbolt. That's why I like Big Mom so much compared to Katakuri. Sure, you don't get like the amount of damage, but you can be greedier with your card choices because they won't get stuck in hand as often.
Technically, you're still swinging the same amount, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
You're still swinging 7.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just 2 Dawn as opposed to 1.
Yeah. All right, and they are good to go. So we have on the top Nicholas Barnes, and on the bottom we have All right. So doing Zoro things, playing 2 1-drops, getting Izo and Buggy out. And there we go. All right. Okay, we have a 7K swing with our Newgate, leaving 2 open, which is a little bit of a bizarre number. We don't see that number very often, especially with Moby Dick just gone now. So I wonder what the 2 could be. Oh, leaving 2 open for maybe the defense? Interesting. Maybe they played Red Hawk. Red Hawk could be like a way to pop one of these 1-drops and then, you know, get out of the other attack. So, interesting. All right, playing the 4-drop and just passing. Wow. Okay. Wow, wow. So yeah, again, in general I think this card's good, but it's a little weird. I can understand like why people don't like it and why it's a little polarizing.
I will tell you what, it's probably the best card in this matchup.
Okay, that's fair.
Probably. Makes your smaller guys into just bigger swings, which helps out quite a bit.
Yeah.
He also has all those Dawn. Wow.
They do, yeah. I mean, I think you get like a bunch of those Dawn packs for doing well at Treasure Cup, right?
You get one.
That's a bunch. That's a $100 bill. They're like, here you go.
I don't even think it's for Treasure Cups. It's for regionals. You get one for participation.
But you don't get any for Top Cut or anything else
Nope.
like that? Oh, well, okay.
It's only one. That's why they're $100 each.
Fair enough.
That's why the Gold Dawn are like, I feel like they should really just give you a set if you win.
Yeah, it is a little wonky that. I mean, you have to ask your friends for like 2 more like afterwards, but
yeah. So.
All right, well, Zachary's 3 life and looks like I think 7. Or maybe it might be 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, 7 Dawn right now. So Zoro's being pretty passive, hasn't been like super aggressive yet. We see the Newgate swing. That's right. There's it's either offline and online, or there's Treasure Cup and regionals, right?
It's offline and online.
That's right.
So
okay.
the first 5, I honestly could not tell you what the first 5 for online are. I know the offlines are like the Frankie, the Jinbei, the Nami, the Chopper, and then the Zoro.
Sure.
Those 5 are for the offline. The other 5 are for the online regionals.
Gotcha.
So. And Zoro here going down to 2 quite early, I would say, as well.
Getting into the Whitebeard Pirates, looking top 5 for any Whitebeard cards. Not finding any. That's so rough.
That will happen. Like, that searcher in particular, grabbing only the character cards. That meaning that you can't grab your Fire Fists or anything that can help you in that case. It's just only character cards, which you should run a lot of, but
I mean,
you'd be
we
surprised.
see 2 on board right now.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, you also have Buggies in your deck, Dedans.
well, Buggies don't count, right?
Yep, they are not Whitebeard Pirates. They're
Yeah,
their
yeah,
own
yeah.
thing. So it's like the card is prone to miss more often just because of how many other types of cards you're running in there. Dedans, Buggies, event cards. That's it. Everything else should be a Whitebeard Pirate probably. There you go, a 6K swing at lead. I like approaching this matchup from the Zoro side, just swinging 6s as much as I can. Trying to really limit the amount of card draw they have, because they're drawing 2 cards a turn. You want to make it so their hand size is about as consistent as what they start with.
Yeah. Yep, 6K with Zoro.
Pitching an Atmos here. Again, Whitebeard trying to stay at that life total because he's at 7 down right now. Next turn he goes to 9. He can play a Newgate and stay at 2. And really, when you're an 8K leader with 2 life, you're never losing the game.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, 6K swing.
This is a 7K swing.
Oh, yeah,
with the
7K,
Zoro
yeah.
passive.
Zoro's good card.
Zoro is a good card. Going to 9 here.
Let's see. Oh, Japan got a set of 5 for participation for the Dawn. That's probably why they're so cheap in comparison.
They also got a box, too.
They did get a box.
Those boxes are not that great. Sometimes they work and sometimes they just don't. Getting a Marco blocker here. Gonna help out, try and stabilize later.
I mean, you're at 2 life. Later's now.
Later is now. That is right.
And Marco's on KO effect only happens during your turn, right? Or is it for either player?
To bring back, I believe it is. So it's in general whenever it happens, but Teach says trash the character, not KO it.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're both on KOs, but Teach says trash. It's not KOing the card.
Gotcha.
It'd be pretty broken if it was.
Yeah. Because then it's just, I mean, it's just free cycle, right? At that point.
Ooh, we have a second Marco here. Definitely trying to set up for potential, but the issue I have with this is he's just going to play a Newgate here and be at 8.
Mm-hmm.
If he has it. Which I'm sure he does.
If, he says. If.
I mean, there were lots of games that I had it, so. And this is typically how that turn starts off. 6K swing at lead.
Yep, 2 6Ks and an 8K. Feels good.
If you swing a Teach, it's prone to be KO'd on the crackback. You want to save it for your bigger swings later on.
Oh, man, go down to 1. All right, going to 7.
And there's that Newgate.
Yeah, there he is.
He definitely had it.
You had no doubt in your mind, right?
No, I thought he didn't have it for a second. You'd keep both Marcos up playing Whitebeard? Yeah, I guess. It's a fair point. But at the same time, yeah, I guess I would keep the Marcos up. Because now he just gets to free swing at the Marcos, and that's significantly less Dawn he has to attach and use.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, you'd have to do 8K swings at leader if you want to do anything.
Yeah. We're using the effect.
I mean, like, you did get cards out of the Zoro hand for sure, but like, yeah, you're gonna have to be pitching 3 or 4 cards to keep these Marcos around.
Oh, and a 6K swing at the Izo here.
Which means you're probably gonna power up it with the Teach to get the cycle.
Absolutely. I actually like this line of play. You're just draining his hand down or getting rid of the characters permanently. Look at that. Got a guard point out, which means that he has faith that these are not dying.
Yeah, and that they will help win next turn. Yeah, look at that, man. So much resource. Like, what's the point of having an 8K leader if they just keep swinging a 6K anyways, right? Like,
right.
An 8K leader did nothing anymore.
I don't think he lost. The other guy is at 2 life. Or, I'm sorry, at 1 life.
Yeah.
So, as long as he gets 2 swings in, he's fine.
Yeah.
And especially that we know that he's just going to play probably 4 cost Marco here and pass.
Probably have a Radical Beam in hand. Man, do you think Radical Beam's too good?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, cool. Good. I'm glad.
I mean, if we look at the counterpart of that card, there's no 1 cost 4K other than Blast Breath.
Yeah.
Which was an insane card and gave purple only, like, the longevity. You know what I mean? Like, comparing the 2 cards side by side, this card used to be a 2 or less life. Huh. I'm at 2 or less life more times than not in the game. A majority
Almost
of the
every
game.
game.
A majority of the game you're at 2 or less life. So that card is a 4K all the time for 1.
Yeah.
While Blast Breath is a 4K all the time, but you have to -1 Dawn. So it's very hard because I think that, like, they're not the same card.
No. But just to, and then compound that guard point is also a card. Like, Radical Beam would, I think, be not as good if guard point wasn't around.
Yeah.
Because then you don't only have 4, but you have like
8.
6 copies of it, right? Like, kind of like, but it's just absurd how much value that 1 card can get.
Yeah, guard point just gets the value from the 7K swings.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a lot of pressure. This is where I'd use a Rad Beam and a 1K here. Yep. There you go. Go to 10. Opponent only has 4 Dawn left. So nice to think about how he's going to try and win the game.
It's going to be tough.
I think that if you don't leave Dawn open, you are prone to lose. I think you 100% lose if you don't leave Dawn.
You are tempting fate. So this is a 10K.
All he needs is Rad Beam 2K.
That's it. You were saying you do not have Rad Beam. I do not believe it.
That is a lot to ask for.
Yeah, 1 Dawn open. It could even be guard point. It's bonkers to me that Zoros have started to play guard point as well. But
I mean, you have Buggy in your deck to search event cards, might as well.
that's true. That's fair.
Although, a card I do want to put in the Zoro deck that I don't see many people playing, maybe like Jambe. It's a cheese card, but like it works most of the time.
It does. Yeah, if these Marcos hanging out. Okay, yeah, there it is.
That's only 10.
No, because he had a guard point and
2, 1.
Oh, he doesn't have it. No, he doesn't. That's exactly 10.
Look at Jambe. Yep.
Yeah, 1K off. Oh man, it's so close. Yeah, so if you played defensively and kept one open, like could have lost. Yeah, that's too bad.
I mean, if he had the 1K, the guy loses. The Whitebeard player just loses right away.
Yeah, exactly.
He only has 3K in hand.
Yeah,
so.
There it is.
Dang, that was a really close game.
That was tight. What are your thoughts on this matchup, though?
I would just say it's probably about the same as we talked about prior, where Nami is going to try and mill themselves out, generate a board of these Bellamirs, as well as Zeph to try and pressure the Newgate with some life, swing big. And Newgate's going to kind of do its own thing, play its own curve. You're going to go Atmos, Marco, or Thatch into Ace and Newgate. It's going to play more towards its mid to late game style. If Nami can just mill itself out, save itself from a lot of those swings, eventually it'll get to a point where they have like 6 cards left in deck, and they can just win off of Newgate swinging at them, and they just mill their entire deck mid counter step, which is very big. And based on how it works is you just win the game when your deck hits 0, so you don't have to take the damage and lose the game. So
yeah, I'm looking up. So going into this round, our other undefeated is Chris Silva, I believe. Let me make sure on that. Yeah, is Chris Silva, who's on Newgate, and he's playing against
Zoro.
I believe Zoro. Yeah. Pairings. Chris Silva versus Nicholas Barnes, who is on. Let's see, Barnes, who is on. Zoro, yeah. So if Zoro wins on table 2, tournament's over with this round. Otherwise, we have a final match with Newgate playing the winner of this table.
Which could be Newgate.
Could be. Could be Newgate mirror in the finals. Who could have foreseen something like that happening?
Not me.
Not you. Still think that Katakuri could maybe come around.
Could still make it.
By some
still get there.
Statistical anomaly.
Yeah.
Got there.
I am surprised to see Nami doing this well, though. All the way at the top, it's kind of interesting to see. Just in general.
All right, and just thinking there. If they want to, thinking about if they want to take the life or not. And yeah, they're looks like they are. You're gonna get 1 mil, which is a Zeph.
That 1 mil could go a long way.
And it must just be like, you know what? I don't have a really good turn to play. Maybe just fishing for it, and that might be the case.
I wouldn't be surprised here if we got a Rubber Band of Doom here. Mill 1 plus 2. Just trying to get the ball rolling with that mill engine. It's an overheat this early. Interesting. We don't have value for the overheat, so might as well just use it to try to get out of the swing. But again, it's only a 6K swing.
yeah, that Atmos this early, on curve is usually pretty dangerous for this matchup. Just a consistent second body to keep swinging with, and like unless you just have like a Nojiko to play and like bounce it back to hand.
For like a tempo kind of game.
Yeah. And
Tapping 4 for the Belmere.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it's just going to be a pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could, if you don't have anything that, just swing 6k at leader, maybe get damage. It's also really funny because you have to do the damage, right? So if like Newgate, where they just go down to 0 and then they can counter out everything, like the Belmere just won't be able to get a mill 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 6k Atmos at life, gonna take it. Hits into no triggers. Another 6k hits into.
Rubber Band of Doom. It's draw mill 1, I believe.
Yeah, draw 1, mill 1. That's fine.
Ooh, the Kaya getting milled.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate there. Otama to make the Kaya or the Belmere a 3k, and then ooh, that's so good.
It's a very good play there. Just marking and getting out of the way. He does get to mill 3 cards though, so it's not like the Belmere didn't exist.
But it's you definitely want to be able to maybe pressure with it.
Yeah, it was a great card to try to develop pressure. But now we're going later in the game, and we might be able to get a Zeph established.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to bounce anything to mill the 2 cards.
Nope.
To note. Or maybe we just play another Belmere out and just hold up some Dawn. Again, this Atmos is applying a lot of pressure as well. Going to be taking an extra card or 2 out of the Nami player's hand each swing.
Just looking at those cards in hand. 7 Dawn to work with. Like, yeah, again, like Nojiko would be great. Just stop some momentum. That's a Boodle again, though.
Boodle.
Another 2 costs you could be using.
Boodle is the best boy.
It's
best blocker.
Yeah, pretty good boy. And then, and when green's not as popular right now to get the, like, Boodle's really good against getting rested, right? But it's not as common. Oh, man, going down to 1 again, and 6k pressure.
We love the 6k pressure.
Yeah.
It does make that theory of just a 15k swing better, right? If we were just swinging 6 and getting a card out of hand each turn.
Sure.
Not as many cards in hand, not as easy to, get out of a 15k swing. Although I don't know if that's the game plan. We're at 8 right now, so 3 cost. What do we have? Fire Fist.
Oh no.
Oh no. Mill 4 cards though.
Yeah, still, but like spending 7 Dawn to only mill 4, pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. But it did get a Rad Beam out of the Whitebeard player's hand.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah. Pitching a Rad Beam is pretty important most times.
Sure.
That also could mean that he just has so many of them in hand.
Yeah.
Remember, taking all this life, I do not know how we're going to win this game.
Yeah, and none of them seem to be relevant triggers. Like, you'd hope, like, maybe one's a peel-off or something, but, like, oh, no 0 already.
There's no way.
That is so rough. I mean, yeah, you got, like, 10 cards in hand. That's great, but, like, 0 cards in life is so bad.
I feel like they should have gave a card unblockable in this deck.
Yeah.
In the Nami deck, just a quick unblockable, like, if it connects, mill 13 cards.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be fair.
It probably would. Make it cost 10 and make it like a 9k.
Give it 2 secret rares, Soul King and Rush Luffy 2.0.
Nah.
Oh boy. I don't even know what you do.
Well, we look at our hand and we
Say
pass. Prepare to draw a bunch of cards off our event cards in hand. Soga King Hater, listen. I think he's a homie. I just don't think he should have got a manga card this set. That's just me personally. If it were up to me, give Katakuri the manga card because he's actually dope. But he's also a villain, so I don't know how that would work out. He was MVP of the arc, yes. Should have been Robin.
Man, I need you to get your Soga King alternative facts out of my channel.
I don't have Soga King alternative. Listen, I just said that they should have made a different card, an on card. That's it.
So people are like, no, leave him alone.
Listen, if I lose, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, 15k swing a lead.
Yeah, and then leave one open for Radical Beam. You have a blocker up.
Or just swing the rest of the board at him.
Sure.
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 Okay, let's see what he does.
We've got good news and bad news. Good news is you're not losing this turn.
Okay.
However, you're just
bounce
never
the Otama.
No.
I don't think I will. Oh, they're not going to do a manga Luffy for a while, I don't think.
Which is interesting.
Oh, put the card in the trash.
Yeah, mill 2, please.
Put the card in the trash. Don't put it there.
Mill 2, please. Oh, they just deciding not to mill. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he'll get there when he gets there.
Okay.
He's going to shorthand it for us.
No.
Okay, no, he just didn't want to mill 2 cards.
Did not want to mill 2 cards. Got it.
And there's no reasoning here to why he wouldn't want to mill 2 cards, right?
Unless he knows there's a Kai on top. He's like, finally.
that would be cheating.
That's true. It's just
that'd be a long and lengthy
instinct.
conversation afterward.
Instinct.
Oh. Draw a card.
Okay. Yeah, draw the card that you would have milled. Easy.
Easy.
Easy. Okay, end it. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, Nojiko.
I'm going to put it on screen because I already know it's there.
We're going to channel our inner, like, Nojiko bounce, win the game type of deal. It's just not going to happen.
You say this.
It's literally not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
But if he does it, he's going to lose. Oh, that's Dad's bones.
It's embarrassing. Let me get it. It's like a surprise party gone wrong. Like you turn the corner, like surprise, and they're like, "Oh no!"
You had it loaded up, ready to go too.
I did, yeah.
They're like, "This is what he's gonna do. 100% has to be this.
Has to be this.
100% has to be."
There's no other cards left in the deck.
Okay. Oh, the 6k swing on lead to apply the pressure. Give him a card.
You got like 4.
Oh, give him a Marco. That's huge.
That's
that could
crazy.
KO Das Bones. It would also KO Nojiko. Oh, 2 Nojiko? No.
Why?
What?
Why? Oh, you should have totally gone for it. I don't care. I don't care if you lost. He's like, oh, Eggman's swore by Spice. I'm going to go out my own way. Like, oh, man. Listen.
His 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, I had 4 cards in. You give him a
so
1K.
Dead.
Maybe not. So like you'd be 5 plus 8. So you'd be at 13k.
He's
Let's say they had Radical Beam and the Marco lit, so it's 11. So they'd have to have.
He's just gonna do the same.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. Okay, it has to be Love Beam first, right?
Yeah.
Draw a card, then Gavel,
Yeah.
then draw like 2 more cards afterward.
Okay, that is a 1k.
That is a 1k. That is a Gavel.
The gavel.
Discard a card for the +4.
That is maybe what they did with the Soul King. Okay, just.
Okay, well, this is very confusing for us. Death Wink?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
hold
wait
up.
a minute. He's
Hold up.
cooking.
Oh. You should have pitched with the other.
Oh, no. He countered with Soga
okay,
King.
Yeah, I see.
Pitched with Gavel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he drew 2
lost.
bricks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. He had way more cards in hand too. He did not have 4. We were. Jokes aside.
I mean, I personally, I knew that wasn't gonna work, but
oh sure, yeah.
I was hyping him up to do it, but
Maybe we all got aces and Newgates in hand.
maybe he has all bricks in hand, no gas.
Yeah, well, yeah, Zachary takes that one. Just unfortunate sequencing in life. It looked like for Nami, just not the cards you'd want in there.
Unfortunate.
And there it is. So let's jump
see what we got with table 2.
Yeah, table 2. I'm newer to this dual mic setup, so I'm still getting used to it. That's my excuse. Okay, but we see ISO turn 1 and pass him there, going down to 5. Obviously, the Newgate who goes second, I think, is in. Actually, is it different when in the mirror match of who goes first or second?
Typically it's whoever goes first. I would prefer to go first in the mirror just because you get to play your 9 drop before they do, which is quite honestly the best thing you could play against them. It swings before theirs does, and the sooner you play it, it's just better.
Yeah.
So I personally prefer to go first, and also having access to these searchers definitely going to make his turns more consistent.
Yeah. I agree. So this is the second version of that, and looking at top 5, find an ISO. No, Marco. That's fine.
Marco's also very good.
I think your cards just do better on odd numbers generally, which is weird because normally you do want to go second, but
you want to go second to mitigate the life loss. You don't want to go first and lose a life before they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just gotta do it.
Let's see. Where's your opponent? You're hungry for the dub. I don't know. They get 5 minutes. You get the dub. Looks like they gave themselves a loss, so you did win. Someone reported a loss for it. I know, no show dubs don't taste good. Too intimidated. That should mean your X1 though. You should get the winner pack, which is nice. Someone played me table 2. I think what, table 4, 5? The guy who was at table 5, their opponent left too, if you would desire. Alright, Marco getting rid of the ISO, even though like ISO doesn't, it does a lot, but a bit, but not a lot. Do you always play 5-cost Marco on curve even if it doesn't KO something? I think so. I mean, especially like another one in hand, but just having continual 6k bodies on board with Newgate is just so strong.
Yeah, and effectively too. Do you always play 5-cost Marco on curve, even if? Yeah, it's a very good card. Recursion and all that. Also, a good point to make here is playing ace before your opponent does. So in this case, if Zach has ace, it can be very hard for Chris to come back from this, just because you're going to be clearing the ace and at least getting a card from the Marco.
Yeah.
So this is where going second actually kind of is beneficial. Sometimes I don't play ace on that turn. I like to take a chance to kind of develop a different kind of body, like a Thatch or a I'm sorry, not Thatch, Kingdu. But and here you see Zach just playing 2 Marcos.
Yeah, well, yeah, just
yep. If we have Newgate, we have to slam it right now.
And bring it back. Yep.
And yep. Tapping 9 here.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, and this is going to be, assuming he declared leader.
Assuming he declared leader, we do not want another mishap to happen.
I see no dice. I'm a dice man.
You're a dice man. Just throw a dice on there.
No, wham.
I have an actual card behind it that says 7K on the back that I flip behind too.
Yeah, yeah.
And taking that life here is very big. Going down to 1 here. Oh, you don't add life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do not add life. Okay.
I trust.
Yeah, they trust.
I'm assuming they both trust. Common thing there. That last line of text is only relevant in one deck. Turns out it's this deck, so... In Zoro, you're not adding life to your hand through skills.
Yeah.
Unless you have Sanji on the board, then you can't activate Sanji effect.
I guess you're right. That's very funny. Is that actually how that works?
Fairly certain that's how that
Let
works.
me see. What does Sanji say? Sanji says, you may add one, and then the Newgate says, buy your effects. You're right.
Yeah.
You gotta use the Sanji in advance.
Or for the spicy viewers out there, Cavendish.
Oh, Cavendish? I was thinking about Cavendish the other day.
4 cost, 5k, no counter, take a life, gains rush.
It says you may return. Honestly, though, like, so I was thinking, it's a dumb idea. But, like, if you're Zoro, drawing a card's kind of good. If you're the aggressive deck, why not? Why not? What's one more card?
Because it's on a 5k body that just gains rush.
Sure. It should have been a 6k. I'm not going to deny it. And it's also not searchable because it doesn't
Just
have
make
straw
it an
hat.
8k. It'd be fine.
I don't think that's true.
All right, so now what happens is that we have to determine who has more Newgates in hand.
That's, yeah, like the...
If Chris drops a second one, very big impact for him. If he does not, and Zach does, it's going to be pretty tough. And he's got another one.
Oh, but it's the regular art, though?
Minus
Dang.
points. Everything's altered except for that Marco and that Newgate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like drawing cards. Don't get me wrong. Drawing cards is sick. I think you only have 1 card in hand over there, Zach.
There might be 2.
I think there's only 1.
Okay. You're probably right.
No, I'm blind most of the time.
It's like 4.
It's actually 7, and he's just stacking it on top of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine.
What we doing here?
He has just really big hands, and so he's like cards in hand. Like he just hold his hands like in front, and then he just like accordion out. It's just like 12. You can never tell.
I will be back.
Sure. All right, going down to 0. 2 cards in hand? Okay, activating it. Sure, why not? All right, 3 cards in hand for Zachary. Not looking great. Not looking great. He had 1, then took the life, went down to 2, and then drew for turn, went to 3.
Oh.
So he's tripled his hand size since you left.
Tripled his hand size since I've been gone.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
That's insane.
Whitebeard things.
Just Whitebeard things. Oh, he's still really dead though.
Maybe, but like, it's only 3 cards in Chris's hand too, right? Like, I mean, there is an 8k leader, assumedly, right?
But he's got 5. He's got 2 life.
That's fair.
So effectively 5 cards in hand.
Also fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, double Newgate does do the job at times.
It's okay. Zach's gonna drop the second Newgate as well. Oh no, we're dropping Ace. So this is the only like time I think this is actually kind of nuts. Oh, it's an SR Ace though. So
Yeah.
no. I don't know about that one.
Oh, never mind.
You know, I can't complain. If chat was watching earlier, my entire deck has no alt arts in it. That's because I do not play with them. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, with no blockers out.
Moby Dick and the blue card.
Oh,
are
he's
banned
got
in
a
English
he's got
format.
a Tylenol headache. That's crazy. All right, so 6 into there. Yeah, getting rid of the ace. Maybe. Oh, wait. Bring that Tylenol back.
You know, Rad Beam's a crazy card.
Yeah, crazy. I've heard.
Oh, the Tylenol's there again.
That's okay, just in case. So this is what, 11 to 7? So you'd have to rad beam +1.
Nah, not worth. Okay, I guess it's worth in his eyes.
Because I mean, Ace can also pressure it down, right?
Oh, I mean, I guess Ace can, but the issue is that if you use the Ace and he counters out of it, then you have yep, he used rad beam and a 1K. You know what's funny is he pitched an alt art Marco.
He did.
The 5-cost one, so he has a regular SR and an alt art.
All right, guaranteeing this gets deleted or KO'd or whatever you guys call these cards these days.
Ooh, a 6K. Oh, pitching the event.
Radical beam, yeah. So
now you have no cards in hand. Now you have to win.
Yeah, that shouldn't be difficult. You should be able to get 4 9K swings, right? That's all you need.
You need 3. I mean, he's at.
Oh yeah, sorry, 3 9K swings. Yeah.
Well, they need to be 10s. So he has 2 cards in hand.
Sure.
He's a 6K leader. So.
But I mean, that's still it's 4 and 4. Yeah.
Oh.
You're.
Ooh, don't do that one.
2 more, please.
2 more.
Come on. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then put 4.
It's like he can hear us.
Okay. Surely he can't, right?
He cannot. He surely cannot. He just knows.
Okay.
I hope so.
Let's see. Also, Swim Dude with the subscription. Thank you very much, man. Do appreciate it. Looking like they put a 3K counter card.
They get that and set the next set 0 cost 3K event. Don't discard cards. 10 at lead. Or I think it's 11 actually.
Yeah,
yep.
That'll be it.
1K 9K.
All right, and Chris is our winner.
Playing Aandroidd Newgate all the way.
All the way. Honestly, if super tight, like if Chris's hand was like a little bit worse, there's a chance for a comeback from Zachary. Like just if those counters were there or not, so it would make a difference.
If Zach had more cards in hand, he might have got it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just guarding out of one of those 10K swings, and he was in there.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But very close game by both players.
Very, very, very close game.
Damn it.